Love is something which is really strange, because love sees no boundaries. Love is something that a person has when they have their love for someone. Their senses don't work. You know the senses? The senses don't work. So when a person is in love with someone, for example, let's just say, if a person had love for their mother and father, and someone was to say something bad to their mother and father, the senses sometimes don't work. I know in an ideal situation, someone says something wrong to your mother and father, you're supposed to deal with it in a reasonable way. But people, before they even reply with their tongue, they're going to reply with their hand. When something like that happens, you said that to my mom, you said that to my mom. And situations occur, sometimes even when you have a love for a brother, your own blood brother, or your sister, sometimes don't work. You see them in trouble, you will go there and you will do whatever, it doesn't matter what it takes to get them out of trouble. And that's love. A mother will jump in a house of fire if a child's inside, she won't care, because that's love. It goes beyond logic. The reasoning and logic don't have no space when love becomes intense. And that is one of the reasons why when we say we have Iman, where is our Iman? Show me where is your Iman, brothers. Where's your Iman? Show it to me, go on. Show it to me. Where's your Iman? You don't know.
It's in your heart.
Do this. There's a reason why I'm making you do this. Do this. It's here. Iman is not in here. Iman is not in here. You use reason and logic to try and understand Iman. That's why Allah said in the Holy Quran, فَعْلَمْ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. That ilm or knowledge of Iman is something that is necessary. So knowing who Allah is before you believe who Allah is necessary. You can't just believe in Allah without knowing Allah, meaning that you can't, if you don't know who Allah is, what Allah is, if you don't know nothing, you just say, I just believe in Allah, it's not going to count. You need to know what you're believing in. If you just say, okay, I believe in someone called Muhammad, you've got no knowledge about his sunnah, what he is, or nothing about even a prophet. You don't even know he's a prophet or not, and you just say you believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's not going to count. So knowledge precedes Iman. But once that knowledge is there, a person stores the Iman inside here. The heart, with the heart we believe. So we say iqrar bil lisan, a person will have to testify with the tongue, that's fine. That's to show everybody that, I'm a believer. But then it says tasdiqun bil qalb. Then it says tasdiqun bil qalb, which means that the heart has to attest to what the tongue has said. The heart has to affirm what the tongue has just said. So that's where Iman is stored, inside the heart. But once the Iman is stored inside the heart, what you find after that is, it will slowly, if you allow Iman to grow, it will slowly show itself transparent in your body, in your limbs. And that's something I'll come to later on. But first thing I want to say to you is that love is something which is in the heart, and Iman is something which is in the heart. And Allah did not put Iman in here. Why? Because Iman is something which, once it's in here, it doesn't understand. Half the time you don't understand something, you don't have to always reason why you believe. And there's a big lesson in this, brothers. If you try and say, I want to prove the existence of Allah, I want to prove that Allah is there, I want to prove all of this, I'll be honest with you, you can carry, if you're going to go down the road of philosophy, and you're going to go down the road of logic and reasoning and all of that, then shaitan has got many ways of disproving God. And if you try and battle with him with your logic, then eventually shaitan can win you. I'm not saying that logic, I'm not saying we can't use any logic, any reasoning to understand God. No, don't get me wrong, please, brothers. But I'm saying if you're going to go purely logic, Nothing to do with Iman. You can say pure logic. I need every logical angle to be, covered before I can believe in God, or before, I've got that and so on. You can't. That is why they say about Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, rahimahullah, on his deathbed, he has shaitan coming, and shaitan comes and starts to argue with him about the existence of God. And he gives one argument, and when he gives one argument, then shaitan gives another argument, and he gives another argument, shaitan gives another one, and he gives another one, shaitan gives another one, and carries on until it's difficult. There's no more evidences to provide to this to Uncle Shaitan. What happens is his Imam Ahmad Ustad, he's performing wudu, and he realizes that his student is in this situation, and he says, say that you believe in Allah without a dalil, without a proof. Say you believe in Allah without a proof. And that's what Iman sometimes is. Yes, we know logic and reasoning is there, but a lot of the time what it is that we believe in Allah, what? Without proof. Yeah, I don't need to have proof. In the sense that, okay, I've got Quran, fine, I've got Quran. You can bring me arguments to say the Quran wasn't this, that, blah. I've got proof to prove myself that the Quran was genuine. It's never been changed in 1400 years and so on. I can say that. Try and bring the surah like it, I can say all of that. But you can, if you're a philosophical person, you can come and say to me, what about this, what about that, what about this, what about that? And you can leave me mesmerized. What about this angle, what about that angle? You can do that. But Iman is something that once you've got your beliefs, you say that, I believe in this. Why? Because the whole world, all these Muslims have got a chain going up to the Prophet ﷺ. There's Sahaba, there's Sunnah, there's Hadith, we find all of this. Yes, you can say all of that. But some guy can come, some shaitan can come one day and try and twist you. And at that moment, what do you do at that moment? At that moment, you refer to the first verse of the Quran. What is that? The first verse of the Quran is, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. This book, there's no doubt in it. Khalas. You start the Quran with that. This book, there's no doubt in it. In fact, you know when you first start the Quran, what do you say? You say, أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. Why do you say that? Because again, Uncle Shaitan has got all the arguments. If you try to go down his route, he's gonna use his screwdriver. And with his screwdriver, he's gonna twist you and turn you. So we say, A'udhu billahi min shaitan, and we say, oh Allah, protect me from the outcast of shaitan. And then after that, one of the first verses, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. This book, there's no doubt in it. Why are we saying that? Why did Allah start the Quran with that? Do you know that there are professors in the world, many professors in the world, who know the Quran better than me and you, but they don't believe in the Quran? There are professors in universities who lecture on the Quran, who know the syntax of the Quran, the nahu of the Quran, they know the morphology of the Quran, they know the i'jaz, the miracle of the Quran, they know the Arabic of the Quran cannot be matched with any other Arabic. They know all of this. They teach it, but they have no Iman inside here. You know why? Because those people don't believe in ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. Those people say, I can assess this book. I look at this book, maybe this, maybe that, maybe this, maybe that. The whole Western philosophy, the whole Western world is based, the education is based on one axis. And if you understand this, you will understand why it is that they always question God, they always question the Quran, they always question Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's based upon the axis of what? That there can never be an absolute truth. Their philosophy says there can never be an absolute truth. If there's a truth to something, there has to be a falsehood to it. So if you say that God exists, they want to know an argument that God doesn't exist. If you say that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam existed, they want an argument that he didn't exist. If you say he was truthful, they want to know whether he lied or not, whether he did something wrong or not. And that's where the whole philosophy goes. And we, with our Iman, we surpass all of that. We say we believe in Allah Azza wa Jal, and it's the absolute truth, and we believe in Allah Azza wa Jal being the haqq and the one who's existing, and we believe that He he defies all of their logic and their proof and so on. But anyway, this is not a talk about philosophy. What I want to say to you is, my brothers and sisters who are going to listen to later on, that Iman is something in the heart. Why did Allah put it in the heart? Because in the heart you've also got love. When love is there, then it defies sometimes reasoning and logic. And there's a reason why Allah created us like this. Because you need both. You need to start assessing things with your head, but you also need a heart that can show great love. And love is something which increases. Love increases by a few things. Number one is, if somebody did you a favor, you have genuine love for that person. If somebody did you a favor, you have genuine love for that person. So if you have a friend or somebody, an uncle or someone who's given you loads of gifts and so on, you will have genuine love for that person. Number two, you have love sometimes for a person or a being because of a quality they have inside them. So like there are certain young boys who love following a team of football, a football team, and they have love for this football team. They follow it, they follow their games, their matches and so on. Why? Because they've got a quality inside them, they've got skills in them. These qualities, the quality of actually, being able to kick a ball, mashallah, what a quality, Just to kick a ball, just to basically, be able to tackle someone, be able to show some kind of skill on the ground. These boys sometimes go mad with following this team. Sometimes I don't get it. Sometimes I don't get it. Why? Because you're following them fanatically, that's fine, but don't spoil your mood, brothers. Don't spoil your mood just because you follow the team and the team lost. Then because the team's all crying, then you feel it's love, isn't it, at the end of the day? Because they're crying. They're in Italy. They're in Italy. They're called AC Milan. Or they're called in Spain called Barcelona. Or they're in some other country and you've never met them. Isn't it true? These guys have never met them. Never probably going to see them. They're all only seeing them on TV or on their devices. And they follow them because they followed them and they've seen the skill inside them. There's no other connection. AC Milan has never come and done them a favor. Another reason to love is when somebody's beautiful. That's another reason I'm going to come to. But AC Milan, if you look at the players, you're not going to say that they're looking handsome and beautiful. You know what I'm saying, brothers? They've done no favor to you. You can't say that you like them for that reason. But you only like them because you followed them and they've got a skill inside them. And you like the skills with whichever football team it is. You like the skills inside them and you followed them for some time. Your heart gets inclined towards them. This is the human being Allah's created us like this. Any person who you look up to and they've got some skill inside them or something of value, some quality inside them. It doesn't have to be skill like football. It can be any value inside them. You follow them like people go crazy for celebrities. Why? Because it's that quality, the quality of singing. The quality of singing and drawing so many people towards themselves. Sometimes it's not about them, it's about the crowds that they pull towards themselves. And everyone's into it. Oh, wow, I've got to be into it as well. But you can see what the heart does. The heart, once it's got love for someone, it will be driven towards them. But I want to say to you a couple of words about this crazy football thing that some of you guys got going on. Yeah? If you follow any one team, then I feel sorry for you. Seriously. Because every time they lose, you have a bad day. And I don't understand why you're having a bad day. Brother, you're in the middle of London. You're never going to meet them. You've got no connection with them. They're crying over there. They've lost their millions or whatever it is there. What have you lost? You lost nothing. That's why I say to you, please, if you're going to follow football, Don't follow a football team. Don't follow a football team. Don't support a football team. Psychologically is bad for you because the chances of you winning is going to be very low. if there's 32 teams playing for a cup, 32 teams playing for a cup, 31 have to lose and only one's going to win. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Come on, guys. Yeah, I'm correct. So there's 31 bunch of losers there, man. 31 bunch of crazy people out there. You know, the chances of you winning is going to be 1 out of 32. Allahu Akbar. And you still want to carry on making your life miserable every time they lose. Allahu Akbar. But anyway, so one is that you love someone because of a favor. One is you love someone because of a quality inside them. Another one is beauty. Another one is beauty. And now we all know what we're talking about. Yeah, when a guy falls in love with his girl, yeah, Allahu Akbar. Yeah, Allahu Akbar. He don't know anything. You know, I said that when the love comes in here, you know, the mind, it don't work properly, you know. So he knows that this girl is probably not wearing a hijab, and he wants to have a good practicing sister. He wants her to pray and, you know, wear the hijab. He says, he looks at it and says, Inshallah, one day she will wear hijab. Inshallah. That's all he says. You say, brother, wake up. What's wrong with you? Wake up, man. She's not wearing it. She's going out there one day here, one day there. You know, she might be seeing another boy tomorrow. All these boys outside, they're looking at her like this, you know. Hey, but she's a good girl inside. She's a good girl. She won't do that. No. Her me, no. The guy can't think straight. You know, his love of his heart inclined towards the beauty of this girl. He's lost it. He's lost it. He can't. Some people, you know what happens? They lose their appetite over another individual. Allahu Akbar. They lose their appetite. Some lose their sleep. Food, sleep goes, man. Especially, you know, with girls. It's worse with girls. You know, with guys, yeah, if they break up with a girl, it's like the guy can get over it. The guy can get over it. Sometimes girls, they lose a boy, they start cutting their wrists. They start getting a knife. They might not cut the wrist, but they might start making lines here. Honestly, there's girls that will do that. They cause damage, they inflict harm on themselves. You know, like they start cutting themselves. Why? Because they lost that love. You think about it logically, you think about it, why on the earth is this girl doing this? She's causing herself harm. She goes, you know, she loses her appetite, she loses her sleep, and she loses, you know, she just can't stop dreaming about the other person. You know why it happens? Because once the heart has got some kind of intense love, this thing up there sometimes doesn't work. Another reason why you might love someone is because of connection. So we have our mother and fathers. We have our brothers and sisters. We have aunties, we have uncles. The blood connection that we've got, that will make you naturally have love for them. Your own siblings and so on, you have natural love for them. They might not, you know, like for example, you know, you might not have grown up with an uncle for your life, but as soon as you know he's your uncle and that blood connection is there, he's never done you any favors. Never done you any favors. And he doesn't have any qualities inside him. And you know, whatever it is with his own beauty, but you're not going to look at your uncle like that. But the fourth one is there, the blood connection is there, and because of that, naturally you're inclined towards your uncle and you have love for your uncle, even though you never grew up with him. Just by knowing that it's my dad's brother, just by knowing that it's my mum's brother, you have natural love for this uncle of yours. That's a connection. So there's 4 reasons why a love may start in a person's heart. So number 1, say number 1, what is that? What is the reason for love? Someone's done a favor. Number 2 is what? They have a quality inside. Number 3, beauty. Number 4, there's a connection. Now each one of these loves Allah Azza wa Jalla has created, and a human can have it. Allah Azza wa Jal, in terms of Him and His connection with us. Let's look at the first one. What's the first reason why you might have love for someone? Say it again. Favor. Has Allah done us any favors?
Yes.
Let me hear again. Has Allah done us any favors?
Yes.
How many? How many? Come on. Now this is a big question. See, you can say, oh, billions, billions. It took you a second to say billions. It took you a second. Now, I want to spell this out, because that's what humans do. If you say, what did Allah create? You say, Allah created everything. That's it. It's everything. Now there's a difference in me saying Allah created everything and me saying that Allah created me, He created my family, He created my relatives, He created my friends, He created my emotions, He created my life, He created the air, He created the rain that gives me life, He created the sun, He created the earth, He created the mountains, He created, and you carry on going. Is there a difference, yes or no, when I start counting all these creations instead of saying Allah created everything? Is it a difference or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Big difference. A big difference. So when I say in terms of Allah has showered His mercy on me, He showed me His favors, bestowed His favors upon me and you. You can't just say, yeah, Allah's given me so many favors. And one brother said, billions of favors. Billions, you just said it in a word. Now come on. Let's start counting. What favors have you received from Allah? Come on. Put your hands up. I want to have one by one. Bismillah. Ya Allah. Come on. Go on.
He's given me the ability to willingly choose to worship Him.
Allahu Akbar. Allah. That He's giving you the ability to willingly worship Him. Allahu Akbar. Brothers, mashallah. Mashallah. Good. Next one.
Job.
Sorry? Job. Yeah. Go on. Next one. Yeah. Job. Good. And not only just, when you say job, you got to think a bit further. Let me just take it down. When you say job, yeah, you got to think a bit further, because every day you have your job secured, Allah secures you that job. You know that? You know that every day you go to job, Allah secures that. And for the end of the salary, even if you go, okay, let's say you go for job every single day. Job, 30 days done my job. I want my paycheck. And the boss says, inshallah, bukra inshallah. Bukra inshallah. And then you come next day and says, inshallah, tomorrow, inshallah. That's not gonna be good, is it? We have some of our brothers in the Middle East. I'm not saying they're all bad, yeah, but some of them, they make you work here for about 4 months and they don't give you salary for 4 months. And then after that they start paying you monthly. Or they don't give you first 6 months salary, or they keep you 6 months behind. And then after that they start paying you. You know why? Because they don't want you to run away. It's a really bad game. You're stuck, because if you run away, you don't get 6 months salary. It's a really bad thing. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us to give, one of the things he said is that to give the salary before the sweat dries. By the way, brother said job, good. Not somebody else.
Mother and father.
Mother and Allahu Akbar, thank you. Mother and father, Allah has favored you with a mother and father who is living. They say there's 2 times you appreciate something. Any one thing, there's 2 times you appreciate it. One is before you have it, and the other is after you lose it. You understand? One is before you have it, and the other one is after you lose it. So imagine you had, let's say imagine you're going to get a wife. Before you have your wife, you appreciate her. After you lose her, you appreciate her. In between, you might not appreciate her so much. Same as your husband, she might not appreciate you so much, but you appreciate someone or something before you get them, and after you lose them. So mother and father, the brother said, you'll only appreciate them. And wallah, I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, if you can show whatever you can towards your parents, please do your best you can. Just to spend those days, because once they're gone, they're gone. You won't get that chance again. That was 3. Number 4. Time. Allahu Akbar. Great thing. Allah's giving you time. Allah's favored me with having time. There's some brothers out there, they've got money, they've got no time. They've got money, they've got no time. Some brothers are there, I just can't think. I know brothers who've got money, they've got good bank balances. Yeah, they're good bank balances. Like the guy basically, he don't have to work for another 10 years if he don't want to work. That's how much Allah's given him to store away. Because how much do you need to spend a year? How much are you going to need with all your mortgage and everything else? Maybe 20, 25k, whatever. Some of these brothers out there, mashallah, Allah's given them £250,000 in the bank. They've got £250,000 in the bank. Right? They're good businessmen, they've been working. But you know what, I look at them and I think, man, I don't want to be in your position. I don't want to be in the position. You know why? The guy gets up at 6 in the morning, right? Leaves the house, he gets up at 5 in the morning, leaves the house at 6, he comes back home about 7, 8 o'clock. And when he comes back home, he's good for no one. He just comes back home, winds down, washes his face, eats something, probably just watches a bit of TV and then knocks back out again. And then the next day he's going to get out again, and like this. And you know, some brothers out there, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, right? They're stuck just to go to their job 2-3 hours. 2-3 hours to go to the job, 2-3 hours to get back. Some brothers flying all across the world, yeah, making loads of money. But you know what these brothers just said now? I'd rather have the time to do things, time for my family, time for my life, than to have the money and no time. Because you know what, brother? If you just pop out right now and you die, yeah, you die. You know that £250,000 that you got in your bank? It's not yours anymore. Ciao, brother. Ciao. Yeah, so you better start thinking ahead. Anyway, time, number 4. Number 5, please, somebody, come on.
Health.
Health, Allahu Akbar. Yeah, if you got time, you got no health, what are you going to do? And health is something, any time it can go, any part can go. And you know when you say health, can brothers break that down? When the brothers just said health. Well, how can you break that down? Come on, break it down.
The ability to wake up, that's health.
The ability to wake up, somebody else, come on. Health, what? Health in what? If you just health, again, if you know when you said 1 billion things Allah's done favor on, billion is 1 billion.
Away from diseases.
Yeah, but you got to break that down.
To see, to be.
Okay, come on, yes, the brother's talking now. To see, that's one health. You're seeing constantly, one health. To breathe, another health. Another one, come on. To hear, nice, without pain in the ears, no pain in the teeth. Any brothers here sitting like this? Yeah, you're not doing that. Well, 32 teeth are not giving you problems, or 28 for some of you. You haven't got your wisdom teeth yet. Anyway, 28 teeth are giving you no problem. Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Your neck not giving you a problem. People who have problems with just with the arm, they have a problem. Just to get the motor skills back again for their teeth, brushing the teeth. Brushing the teeth? You mean you just go like that, yeah? If somebody has a problem here, you know what? That's the most difficult thing to do. They can't twist the hand. Every joint. Kullu sulama minan nas. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us in a hadith that every limb and every joint of our body has got a duty to thank Allah Azza wa Jalla, and praise Allah for it. And how do you do it? He said, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah. Say it, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. These are all the ways that ways that we can thank Allah Azza wa Jalla. Anyway, health, you've got to break it down. And brothers, I'm telling you one thing. If you just stick on this about health, hip joint, knees, ankles, toes. Even when you've just had a splinter, a splinter, small splinter goes inside here, and you can't, you then notice how many times you use that finger. Like, let's say it's this finger, yeah. Now, okay, you use this finger quite a lot, use that one, use your thumb quite a lot, yeah. But this one, when you use that one, when a splinter goes inside there, you find out. Then you find out. Just try to close the zip, and it gets stuck. So you try to grab something, and that splinter where it is, it touches. Health is a big thing. Okay, come on. Next one. Another big one, please. Games. Allah's favored you with games. MashaAllah. That is part of life as well, my friend, yeah? It's true. But, don't make that your life, yeah? Don't make that your life. Anyone else? Bismillah, come on. Ability to walk, yeah, it can come under part of health and so on. Somebody else, big one.
Or youth.
Youth, Allahu Akbar, youth, young people who've got the youth. And somebody else, come on. Wealth, Allahu Akbar, wealth, yes. I'm not saying wealth is a bad thing, guys. I said something about that guy who's got £250,000 in the bank. There's nothing wrong with you having wealth in the bank. It's about what you have in your heart. Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu, he said, and it's a beautiful way of explaining it. He said, the dunya, our relationship with the dunya, he said, should be like a ship on the sea. You sail on the sea, but you don't allow the sea to get into the boat. If this water of the sea gets inside the boat will sink. But as long as you can sail on top of the sea and not get the sea inside you, then you're fine. He said the same way we live in this dunya without allowing the dunya to enter inside us. We live on the dunya, but we don't live with the dunya inside us. Do you understand, guys? That's a beautiful way of explaining. So if you have money, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as it's under your feet and you have control over it, and it doesn't sort of control you. So anyway, we've just calculated so many favors of Allah Azza wa Jalla, and you can carry on. In fact, one thing you can do to try and love Allah through His favors is to sit there, and every gift in your life you can think of, what you do is you thank Allah for that gift. So I'm going to give you a demonstration. So you think, my brain's working, alhamdulillah. Eyes are working, alhamdulillah. Light is coming in, alhamdulillah. I'm able to wink, blink, all that, alhamdulillah. I've got eyebrows, eyelash, alhamdulillah. Just on the eye you can say so many, alhamdulillah. But then I'm going to move on. So I've got my nose, alhamdulillah. I've got a face I can look in the morning, and the face, we think I'm ugly or something. So I've got a face. I don't care how you look, guys. Yeah, you got a face. You can look in the morning, and you got a face, guys. Come on, you got a face. Yeah. End of the day, yeah, your nose is not like you see some guys. Allahu Akbar. The nose is actually bent. Or their lip is always up there or something. You haven't got that. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So I've got a face. I can look and I can appreciate my face. Alhamdulillah. I can eat with that. Just think every part. My lips. Alhamdulillah. Some people, they go to sleep, they can't stop their mouth from opening. It causes a lot of problems. Do you guys know anyone like that? When they sleep, yeah, normally your mouth stays closed, yeah. If you sleep and naturally your mouth doesn't close, you've got a serious problem. Number one is that you're going to get decay in your mouth. Your whole mouth gets dry, you're going to have real bad breath. Number two is that your whole throat gets dry, right? And number three, worst thing is that you don't get proper sleep. You don't get proper sleep. And number four is that you can actually wake up several times in the night because the saliva is giving you trouble. Because normally you have your mouth closed, it comes in, goes back out. But when you're awake, all night you're doing that, yeah, suddenly you wake up because you need to the saliva, whatever it is in your thing needs to function, so you need to close it again, and you don't get good sleep. There's so many problems. Alhamdulillah, it closes, open is when I want, right? Alhamdulillah, my tongue, alhamdulillah for the taste that I can taste it. I know one brother, he had an accident and it hit his nose, and because of that, he can't taste food anymore. La ilaha illallah, he can't taste food anymore. This brother, he used to love pineapple. He used to love a few things, yeah. He used to love pizza, pineapple, and coconut and some other things I used to like, yeah. But that brother, he's eating pineapple, and I say to him after his accident, I say to him, bro, how does it taste? He goes, I can't taste it. I can't taste it. The gift of you tasting that because your function is working, alhamdulillah. Food goes in and it goes and gets digested automatically, alhamdulillah. You go to the hospital, you see some people, they got bags outside the body because the urine has to get collected inside there. They ain't got a system to try and clean all that. Liver's not working or something, alhamdulillah. Kidneys working, alhamdulillah. Heart is working, alhamdulillah. Got no pain in my chest, alhamdulillah. No pain in my stomach, alhamdulillah. No pain in my back, alhamdulillah. No pain I've got in my hip joints, alhamdulillah. No pain in my legs, alhamdulillah. No pain in my thigh. And like that you can go in right down to your body. Now if you sit there, seriously, if you sit there and you just imagine you say, alhamdulillah, 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 alhamdulillah. You think gift after gift after gift, favor after favor after favor after favor after favor. I will tell you right now, your love will increase for Allah, number one. And second is that you will feel emotional. You will start to cry. Because Allah has said in the Holy Quran, وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. You try and count Allah's gifts, you will never be able to make that calculation.